Hi everyone, it's Marisa from bumblebeeapothecary.com, and today I'm bringing you along while I'm making a really fresh kind of spring or early summer dinner. So this is going to be rack of lamb. So this is a pretty easy dinner to put together. It seems fancy to me. Rack of lamb isn't a cut that we have a lot of times. There's, if we get a couple of lambs from a local farmer, then I'll do all of this cut at once just to have enough for dinner. So it's usually just once in a while thing that we have. And this time of year is really great for it. It's like late spring time that we're enjoying this. So to start, I'm just going to get one of my side dishes going. So I'm going to roast some potatoes in the oven in some lard. So I just have my pan. You'll see that the pan has some stuff in it. It's just a pan that we used to cook sausages this morning for breakfast. And so I'm just using that pan again. Any way that we can cut down on dishes, I'm all in support of. So I just have some lard on that pan, so that'll melt in the oven. These are yellow potatoes, and I'm just going to dice them up into some medium-sized pieces and put them into the pan with the lard, and then I'll stick those into the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit and just let those get roasting. So to prepare the rack of lamb, the first thing I'm going to do is put some lard into my bigger cast iron skillet on the stove, and then I'm turning the heat to a little bit above medium, somewhere between medium and high, so around medium high, but a little closer to medium because I don't want it too hot. I don't want it smoking or anything. And then when that lard is melted in there, and the pan is getting to be nice and hot, then I'm going to go ahead and take my rack of lamb and I'm going to put them into the pan fat side down. I'm also starting to prepare some garlic cloves here, which I'm going to be using. But while the lamb is in the skillet, I'm going to sear it on one side for about 5 minutes and then flip them over. And while they're in the pan, I'm going to go ahead and season them with some salt and pepper. And then around the same time that I season them with salt and pepper, I'm also going to add, for this amount of rack of lamb, I have like 4, 5, maybe 6 cloves of garlic, depending on the size, chopped up, and I'm just going to sprinkle those on there. And then at this point, I am going to move them to the oven. So what I'm going to do is my potatoes have been in there at this point. They're pretty much done. So I'm going to pull them out. I'm lowering the heat in the oven down to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Just going to set those here on the counter, and then I'm going to put my skillets with the rack of lamb into the oven, and then I'm going to let it roast until the internal temperature is 160 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it and then check the temperature periodically until it looks just right. And then while those are in the oven, I'm going to get my other side dish ready. I'm just going to be sauteing some peas in some butter to be a nice springtime side dish. And then I'm also going to be making a sauce to go on the lamb, and so I am just preparing some more garlic cloves for that, and then I'll show you that process. So I have 4 garlic cloves that I've peeled here, and then I have my food processor, and I'm adding half a cup of organic extra virgin olive oil, and then I'm adding a handful of fresh parsley. Now the recipe that I am following that's inspiring this also called for fresh mint, a handful each of fresh parsley and fresh mint, and I didn't have mint. I don't have any growing here. We have catnip, but I didn't feel like that was a good idea to use that in the place of mint. And I tried looking at the local health food store produce section, and they didn't have fresh mint either, so I ended up using 2 handfuls of parsley. So it's just parsley. But anyway, we have the half a cup of olive oil in there. We have 2 handfuls of fresh parsley, some lemon juice, a little sprinkle of salt, and then 4 garlic cloves, and then I'm just whizzing that up in the food processor to make a nice fresh sauce to have on the rack of lamb once it's ready to come out of the oven. Okay, and then at this point, I am just about ready to serve everything up. I already have some of my roasted potatoes on my plate, some of the peas, we have some sauerkraut on there for our fermented food, and then at this point I'm just keeping an eye on those on the rack of lamb and just pulling them out every now and then and testing them with my meat thermometer and just checking to see if they are reaching that 160 degrees Fahrenheit internal temperature that I'm looking for. So it takes a few tries. I just keep putting them back in if it's not quite up there, and then just, testing until it's the right temperature. Once they are the correct temperature, then I go ahead and slice them so that each piece has a little rib bone in it. And actually, I forgot to mention, when they first come out of the oven, it's best to let them sit for 10 minutes and then go ahead and slice and serve them. And that way the juice of the meat is retained better, and it just turns out better that way. So now I'm just slicing them and then putting them onto the plate with the side dishes. And then I'm also topping them with some of the parsley sauce that I made. And this turned out really good. We all really enjoyed it. My husband and I, our kids, everybody really liked it. And the sauce was so fresh and just such a nice compliment to the lamb. It was a really delicious meal, and I really look forward to making it again sometime. I hope that you guys try it out, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as we did. If you did, let me know how you liked it. Check out that description box for links to where we buy lamb. If you're local in the area around where we are, you can find the farmer that we get our lamb from, or you can also find local farms through your local Weston A. Price chapter, or on Craigslist, or just asking people that you know. I love lamb. It's an affordable meat. It's delicious. There's lots of different ways to prepare it, and it's great for adding variety. Also, check out that description box for links to free ebooks, meal plans, and all kinds of other goodies that I've made for you guys. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with anybody else who you think would like it, and if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I get out new videos every week on nourishing recipes and natural living. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.